Good morning, dear students. Today in geography, we are going to continue the same chapter, that is physical features of India. Children, in our previous lecture, we have studied about the Himalayan mountains, which are situated in the northern part of our country, and in that we have studied about the different parallel ranges such as Himachal, Himadri, Shivalik, and then longitudinal division of Himalayas from west to east. And today we are going to take one more physical feature, that is northern plains. In this we are going to study about the formation, the three sections into which it has been divided, and its relief features. Children, the Himalayan uplift out of the Tethys Sea and subsidence of the northern flank of the peninsular plateau resulted in the formation of a large basin. In due course of time, this depression gradually got filled with deposition of sediments by the rivers flowing from the mountains in the north and the peninsular plateau in the south. A flat land of extensive alluvial deposits led to the formation of the northern plains of India. Children, the northern plains are formed by three river systems. They are the Indus, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra, along with their tributaries. Children, we should know the names of the rivers which had contributed in the formation of northern plains. They are the Indus, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra, along with their tributaries. This plain is formed of alluvial soil. The deposition of alluvium is a vast basin lying at the foothills of Himalayas over millions of years formed this fertile plain. It is spread over an area of 7 lakh square kilometer. They are about 2400 kilometer long and between 240 and 320 kilometer broad. They are densely populated due to the fertile soil, adequate water supply, and the favorable climatic condition and terrain. The rivers originating from northern mountains slows down in the term of velocity due to the gentle slope, which results in the formation of riverine islands. Children, do you know Majoli in the Brahmaputra river is the largest inhabited riverine island in the world? What is the meaning of riverine island? Children, an island in a river. And now river distributaries. The river in their lower course, due to the gentle slope, low velocity, and huge deposition of silt, splits into numerous channels known as distributaries and results in the formation of riverine islands. Children, the northern plains is broadly divided into three sections, and they are the Punjab plains, the Ganga plains, and the Brahmaputra plains. Now children, the first one, that is Indus or Punjab plains. The western part of northern plain is referred as the Punjab plains. It is formed by Indus and its tributaries. The larger part of this plain lies in Pakistan. The Indus and its tributaries such as the Jhelum, the Chenab, the Ravi, and the Satluj and the Beas plains is dominated by Doab. Doab means land between two river bodies or land between two rivers. The next section is Ganga Plains. The Ganga Plain extends between Ghaggar and Tista rivers. It is spread over the states of northern India, Haryana, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, partly Jharkhand, and West Bengal in its east. Children, once again see this. The middle part of northern plains formed by Ganga and its tributary, we call it as a Ganga Plains. And the third one is the Brahmaputra Plains. The eastern part of northern plains formed by Brahmaputra and its tributaries, we call it as a Brahmaputra Plains. Now children, we will see the relief features of northern plains. The northern plains are generally described as flat land with no variation in its relief. But this is not true, children. These vast plains also have diverse relief features. According to the variation in relief features, the northern plains can be divided into 4 regions, and they are the Bhabur, the Tarai, the Bhangar, and the Khadar. Now one by one we will see these relief features. First, the Bhabur. Children, the river, after descending from mountains, deposits pebbles in a narrow belt of 8 to 16 kilometers in width, lying parallel to the slopes of Shivalik, and we call it as a Bhabur. Now the next one is the Tarai. Now, the south of Bhabur, the streams and the rivers re-emerge and create a wet, swampy and marshy region, and we call it as a Tarai. Tarai means a narrow belt of wet, swampy and marshy region, that is south to the Bhabur belt. Earlier, it was thickly populated with a lot of wildlife, but now most of the forests have been cleared for agriculture and to settle migrants from Pakistan after independence. Some forest still remains here, and we have Dudhwa National Park in this region. The largest part of the northern plains is formed of older alluvium soil. They lie above the floodplains on the rivers and present in a terrace-like feature. This is known as Bhangar. Children, the soil in this region contains calcareous deposits locally known as Kankar. Once again children, remember this, Bhangar is the largest part of northern plains. Now the fourth one, that is the Khadar. Children, the lowest regions in the floodplain is known as Khadar. The soil here is renewed whenever there is a flood. Almost every year we experiences a flood here, and so this area is best for intensive agriculture. Children, once again I am repeating the northern plains. The northern plains are formed from the Indus, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra and their tributaries. This plain is formed of alluvial soil. These plains are at the foot of the Himalayas over millions of years ago. An area of 7 lakh square kilometer and being about 2400 kilometer long and 240 to 320 kilometer broad, and it is densely populated. That's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.